Blank-headed eagle is the name of this episode, which can only mean that Scratch becomes bald, or American, or both. This episode is going to be weird, isn't it? And welcome back to Statue Watch. I have not gotten to do one of these for a while, and what a comeback. We have a new record of 7 statues in this episode. Mind you, I am kind of cheating because the second and third ones are technically the same image. It's just that the second one was in darkness, and then the scene becomes daytime, and then that's where the third one comes from. But even so, that still would be the new record if I counted those as one. Episode 18-1, I am pretty sure is like a copy of some of the other statues. It looks point for point the same as some others. Like I used episode 12-2 down there in the corner as my example, but it looks like an awful lot of them. But some of these other ones start looking funky, like 18-4, 18-6, 18-7. I didn't have any comparisons for. Like 18-5 kind of looks like episode 1s to me, so that's what I used. But even then, barely, just that the mouth looks messed up. That's about all I had to go with. Anyway, back to the episode. The episode begins with Scratch and Grander watching TV of some superhero bird named Edgar Eagle. The show is honestly better than Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I watched this instead. It's unapologetically campy, but I don't care. The robots really like this Edgar character, but Robotnik comes in and scares them straight. Despite more robot abuse ongoing, they both still go on to catch Sonic anyway. Well, Grander does. Scratch is busy watching more TV. An advertisement plays from Edgar Eagle to buy a plane. Of course Scratch bought it. What did you expect? What, that he wouldn't buy the plane? The plane doesn't come pre-built though, so the poor bird brain has to build it himself, which he does, eventually, at the expense of Robotnik's wall. We finally see Sonic and Tails walking through a field. Before long, we see Scratch fly in with his brand new plane, which is fully loaded with an egg cannon for reasons. Tails and Sonic approach Scratch in disguise. To be fair to Scratch though, he does see through it, eventually. So Sonic uses another nope. Sorry, all I can think of when I see one of Sonic's cross-dressing disguises now is the fact that Sonic and Robotnik are married. They're barely ever seen again after that scene. Go figure. The next bit ends with Scratch's plane landing as Sonic and Tails leave the scene of the crime. The next thing we see is Scratch in a daze declaring himself to be Edgar Eagle. Meanwhile, Sonic shows up to some turkey farmers to tell them that Robotnik is planning to tear down his farm to build his own factory. Robotnik explains to Grander that he built the most brilliant device yet, an alarm system. What's even more shocking is that the alarm system actually works and is packed with tracker missiles, which does make it one of his most successful inventions so far. And it's still not done. It's dropping landmines, launching Sonic back to the farmers too. Our plus convergence Scratch is delivered to Sonic and Tails, except he still thinks he is Edgar Eagle, so Scratch goes in to fight Robotnik's machine. Sonic runs in to back him up while Robotnik and Grander watch in anger and confusion at Scratch declaring war against them. Sonic shows up to try to stop him from being an idiot. It doesn't work. Though Robotnik is very pleased that Sonic has been lured into a perfect trap position. This doesn't go as well as the last episode though, as Sonic escapes the would-be trap along with Scratch. Sonic and Tails confirm that Scratch thinks that he is a TV movie hero. Meanwhile, Robotnik is putting on an outfit that clearly doesn't fit his glorious figure, so he can look his best. Meanwhile, Scratch blows all of Robotnik's secrets to Sonic and Tails. Nothing dumb or embarrassing though, just stuff like how to shut down the factory. Lame. Grander sets a trap for the 3 of them as they are now invading Robotnik's fortress. They fall for it, but escape by jumping off from space. What, are birds gonna catch all 3 of them this time? No, they don't even try to address it. They're just back on ground level and totally fine. Grounder has to pay for their physics-defying sins though, so he's crushed. Poor Grounder. Sonic breaks in with another disguise. Of course it works. Everyone in this series is an idiot and blind. Robotnik's immediately binded up, not that it matters, as he immediately breaks out as the trio begin exploring the headquarters. They threaten this turkey lady that I know I've been ignoring this whole time, but she's thirsty for Scratch. That's it, that's the character. Sonic uses the remote he's been hoarding to reverse the factory building machines, leading them back to Robotnik, and then breaking said remote and escaping. We don't get to see the devastation, but we do hear that the farms were restored and that Robotnik's lair is a hole in the ground. The thirsty turkey lady is sulking because Scratch remembered who he was just before the lair was destroyed. So Sonic calls in a favor for the real Edgar Eagle to come over to her. The episode ends on a blatant fourth wall break of Sonic saying that if he ever gets a TV show, it will be called The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and winking to the camera. The Sonic Says is about wearing your seatbelt. I actually like this segment. It features Edgar Eagle making it relevant, featuring the 2 of them racing for a title. Scratch wins, but is disqualified for not wearing his seatbelt and crashing out of his plane like the dumb bot that he is. As for the episode itself, I'd call it top quarter, but still not great. Blame the show here. It's not my fault most of the episodes have been doo-doo quality. At least we got the Robotnik statues back though. That makes it worth celebrating on its own. Until next time, take care, stay safe, have a good one. Bye-bye.